Hey guys, it's been a while. I think my last video was like in November, so it's been a long time. This feels really awkward. I just want to briefly say like why I've been gone. A lot of people have been messaging me like asking when I'm gonna come back, but I've just been doing third year uni work, which most of it's done now. I've done my dissertation and everything. I've been kind of busy producing like a short documentary, which I'm still working on right now, so that might take a bit of time, but I do have a lot more free time to focus on this. And I have actually attempted like these past few weeks to do something, but every time I go film something goes wrong. Like I said, I do think I'm cursed. One of my SD cards just stopped working, my camera keeps on glitching, but I'm trying to see how long it lasts before getting a new one, just because like I finish uni soon, so I'm trying to save up for like after. So that's where I've been. So anyway, let's talk about Mandy. I think everyone's already reviewed this film, but this was a film like I really wanted to watch twice, because the first time I was left like I liked certain aspects but I wasn't sure about like how I felt about the film in general, so I wanted to just rewatch it again. And it took me a while to buy it because it's like £25 at HMV. But yeah, I still want to share my thoughts on this film. So I feel like Mandy was one of the most talked about horrors last year, but for those who don't know, Mandy is a 2018 psychedelic action horror. It's directed by Panos Cosmatos and written by himself and Aaron Stewart-Arn. So this film is based in 1983 and Nicolas Cage plays Red Miller, who lives a kind of peaceful, closed-off life with his partner Mandy Bloom. But this is destroyed by a Manson-like cult when their leader Jeremiah Sand becomes obsessed with Mandy, which creates this bloody surreal vengeance film. So straight away, looking at this film, I just thought it looks like Hellraiser meets like Evil Dead, and I wasn't disappointed. So we get Nick Cage wielding chainsaws, killing crazy bikers in this kind of like LSD-ish universe. Nick Cage delivered with this film as well. This is probably his most suited role I've ever seen. Like, this is what I love about his role as Big Daddy. It just felt so him, he could overact, and that's how I love to see him, so this was just made for him. I don't really remember him talking that much in this film. The first half he wasn't really in it that much, but the second half is just him fighting and screaming, and it's just perfect. He had a lot of scenes where he just yelled, and it just went really well with like the surrealist feel of the film. There's this one scene where Nicolas Cage just yells in the bathroom, but it works really well in this film's universe. So this film felt like it had like a first half and a second half for me. They were very different. They had like two different feelings. This film felt like it was trying to be too profound. There was just a lot of over-the-top arty shots where a few of them really made me cringe. There was this one scene where Mandy is walking down the road and Jeremiah Sand drives past her and the shot keeps on repeating itself, and I think it just looked awful. It was very much something you'd see in a student film. Like, I'm a media student and I've seen it done so many times with like films trying to get the same feel, and I just feel like it never works. The first half was also full of like so many speeches, but they dragged on. It felt like the film was trying to establish everything through dialogue and a lot of lingering shots, so I was getting really bored. I know I have a poor attention span anyway, so like I get really distracted, but I couldn't help but zone out because every scene with Jeremiah Sand was just really profound but like slow. And you know, through the trailer I was promised Nick Cage fighting, that's what I was there for, and I just felt like a lot of it could have just been established through visuals rather than speech, because there was so much of it. That's why I enjoyed the second half so much more, because it was more action. It still kind of went for the same feel, but it was just easier to take in, and it did still have like the long drawn out speeches, but they were paced nicely, whereas the first half it was just constant. So yeah, the second half moved a lot quicker. It had so many awesome fight scenes, but they weren't one after the other. There was like a pause. Richard Brake was in a scene, which was awesome. I saw he'd been cast and I was waiting to see him in the film. I felt like as well the second half you could focus more on the scenes around them, like the setting, because you weren't trying to focus on the speech, and it seemed like the film itself focused a lot more on the cinematography. Like I said, the first half just had really drawn out shots where there wasn't much going on, so it did get quite boring after a bit. The soundtrack as well was amazing. I knew it would be, but now I really want to get a hold of it, and I can't find it anywhere, but I really want it on vinyl. I've been looking everywhere. I loved as well how a lot of aspects of this film were open to interpretation. That's why I love surrealist horrors, especially like 70s ones, and this was very much like that. The ending was left open. You know, I've seen a lot of people talking about their interpretations of the ending of the film. which they're all really interesting. Like, I have my own, and I feel like it's one of my favourite endings to a film. The last few shots work on the silence between the characters, and I felt like it was more telling than the speeches. The final few shots are amazing. There's so much about them. That's one reason as well I really wanted to rewatch it, just to watch that scene. So yeah, like I said, the first half of the film really dragged, but I really did enjoy this film. I loved the ending. Nick Cage was perfect casting. I haven't actually spoke about Mandy either. She was the main focus of every scene she was in. It felt like it was very much about her. So yeah, I'm gonna give this film an 8 out of 10. I actually thought for ages about the score because it's just like the first half I wasn't that keen on, but the second half was so good. So I feel like it really deserves an 8 because still the cinematography was amazing throughout it, and it had one of the best scores ever. So yeah, that's my review of Mandy. Like I said, I'm gonna try and make these videos a bit more often. I'm really gonna try once a week from now on. I've got quite a few videos planned, so we're gonna see how that goes. Like I said, I have a lot more time now, so that's good. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, you can give it a like and subscribe if you would like to see more of this. And if you have any films to recommend to me to like watch and possibly review, then comment them down below. And I will see you in the next video.